Up with people I haven't seen for ages. I get to put the glad rags on, present an award. What could be better?
I occasionally cycle down this street on my way home, and it's never looked quite as glamorous as this. So.
The film industry's biggest and brightest stars are here, all hoping to get their hands on the coveted Bafta mask.
First of all, you're voted for by your peers. And so it's really special if you get something.
Obviously the children love Paddington, obviously that was a special one for them.
The wait is almost over. The awards are about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the British Academy Film Awards. While we take a look back at a wonderful year in film, please make some noise for British rock giants, Kasabian.
That is extremely rude.
I dreamt a little bigger, 'cause I'm sick and tired of this. If you show us what we can have, so what did you expect when we take it back from you? 'Cause no joke, come on, open up your eyes wide, I need it coming, but you can't hide, I wanna make you see that. And I can't taste it, live to fight another day, live to fight again. And I can't taste it, live to fight another day, live to fight again.
That was amazing.
Thank you very much, everybody. Everybody raise your hands for Mr. Stephen Fry.
so much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't waste your sweet, generous applause on me. Spend it with knobs on for the Amazian Kasabian. So, good evening, my lords, dames, ladies, gentlemen, and a very good evening, of course, to everyone watching at home. You're all so welcome to British film's biggest night since this time last year. It's the EE British Academy Film Awards, that most glorious of occasions when the heavens open and the great and the good of the industry rain down upon us, soaking us with their brilliance, drenching us with their magnificence and showering us with their genius. I mean, it may for once, incredibly and miraculously, be unexpectedly dry outside, but here it's simply pissing down with stars. And as I look out over the puddle of preeminence, wondering if I'm stretching the metaphor a bit too far, I gawp, ladies and gentlemen, I positively gawp, an act I usually reserve for newborn foals and certain photos of James McAvoy that I acquired from iCloud. But if I might be serious for just a moment, I know it's been a very tough year for many of you, what with the shock of both George Clooney and me being removed from the matrimonial market. But it's apparent that as a result of this, you've been more than able to make up for your amorous sorrow and erotic disappointment by simply hurling yourselves into your work, the utterly sensational work that we are so pleased to gather here to celebrate. You've covered every subject from those aforementioned building blocks to literally the theory of everything. In its own way about building blocks too, though this time the building blocks of the universe itself. And the star of that unforgettable story is here tonight. Gorgeous to see you, Professor Redmayne. I trust the evening will end for you as it all began, with a big bang. No, not that sort of big bang. Ladies and gentlemen, pull yourselves together. Of course, The Theory of Everything is just one of the 5 films nominated for this year's Best Film Award, which, using one of that movie's complex mathematical formulae, means, if my calculations are correct, that there are 4 others. We have the bold and breathtaking The Imitation Game, starring the equally breathtaking Keira Knightley, and, of course, Benedict Cumberbatch. It's breathtaking just to say his name. Which, interestingly, his name, if you pass it through an Enigma machine, decodes as Red Hot Public School Totty. It's a remarkable film, which, amongst other things, shines a light on how difficult it was to be a gay man in the 50s. Although I find it quite easy. Oh, the 1950s, I see, yes. No, well, that is true. As the film shows, 60 years ago, gay men were prosecuted for being gay, whereas today they can get married. So who knows where things will be in the next 60 years? Maybe even Hollywood's gay leading men will be able to come... No, that's aiming too high. Now, we have the star of Grand Budapest Hotel. The Grand Budapest Hotel couldn't be with us tonight. It's a building. That would be silly. Pull yourself together, Bafta audience. But you'll be thrilled to know we do have with us its concierge, the effulgent Ralph Fiennes, who, unlike the hotel, is always fully booked. Of course, the film is set in the fictional East European country of Zubrovka, a place so believable that Vladimir Putin has deployed a fictional army on its borders, and also fictionally denied that he's done that. And unless my eyes are cruelly deceiving me, we are also blessed by Boyhood's Ella Coltrane, Rosanna Arquette and Ethan Hawke. I'm sorry if I don't want to offend anyone if I say this, but I found Boyhood awkward, extremely drawn out, embarrassing and messy. The film, on the other hand, I thought was utterly compelling, groundbreaking, a labour of love. It took 12 years to make, unlike the prequel, which has been provisionally entitled Conception, and will take about 5 seconds to make. We have the stars of the brilliantly inventive and hilarious Birdman with us, Michael Keaton and Edward Norton. Now, gentlemen, I'm really going to put you on the spot. We have a tradition here at Bafta of asking very esteemed members of the audience to blow a kiss to camera. But this year, we've decided, well, I've decided, that I'm going to ask them to kiss me. So Would you mind? Do you have anyone for this? That's really... I'll come down. I've seen Birdman. I know what Ed Norton does on stage, so I don't want him up here, if that's all right. So I'm just going to come... Oh, you're so kind. And Ed, would you mind? This is wonderful of you. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Wow. Oh, my God. Oh, Tony sends hello. Oh, wow. Oh. I'm the one flying above the cityscape now. You've made one married man very happy and another one rather jealous. Now, also with us this evening, two of the stars of Paddington are here, the divine Sally Hawkins and Julie Walters. I went to see Paddington Bear. In all honesty, I probably should have seen it with my clothes on, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Even if the people sitting around me seemed a bit distracted. And saddle me up, flay me senseless and call me Chantel if it isn't Gone Girl star, the creamily edible Rosamund Pike. Yeah. Would it be a spoiler? Would it be a spoiler for me to say that you were chillingly, frighteningly good in this film, Ros? I'd probably go and give it away. I'll take it all back. Ladies and gentlemen, she was appalling, simply dreadful, hopeless, absolute arsewash. I don't know if that's any better, really. Anyway, let's begin. It's what we are all here for. And let's begin, as we traditionally do, with the first award, which is for Outstanding British Film, given in honour of Alexander Korda. To make the presentation, an outstanding Brit, not a film star, but so loved and adored that he has a hit film and now a musical named in honour of his prodigious talent. He's one of the greatest footballers this country has ever produced. A businessman, a brand, a role model, and indeed an underwear model. His nickname is Golden Balls because, well, I'm not going to tell you why. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only David Beckham!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honour to be here this evening to present the Bafta for Outstanding British Film. It's been a fantastic year for British film, and the nominations tonight are all exceptional. Let's take a look at them.
The Theory of Everything.
When stars are born, and when they die, they emit UV radiation. So if we could see the night sky in the ultraviolet light, then almost all the stars would disappear, and all that we would see are these spectacular births and deaths.
Pride.
Who hates the miners? Thatcher? Who else? The police, the public and the tabloid press. It sounds familiar. Surely, but the only problem we've got that they haven't is Mary Whitehouse, and that can only be a matter of time. Mark. I know, it's not been planned, it's not been thought through, but it's a really good idea, isn't it? Isn't it? What am I supposed to do with this? Give it to the lesbians, they love a band.
Under the Skin.
Am
Am I keeping you from something? Where are you going? For what? For work?
I need to go meet somebody.
Are you going to meet someone? All right. Thank you.
The Imitation Game.
You need me a lot more than I need you. I like solving problems, Commander. And Enigma is the most difficult problem in the world.
No, Enigma isn't difficult, it's impossible. The Americans, the Russians, the French, the Germans, everyone thinks Enigma is unbreakable.
Good. Let me try, and we'll know for sure, won't we?
71.
You lost? Come on, I took it back your boards. Tomorrow, I'll take you your boards. It's up to you.
Paddington.
Someone coming to get him.
Everyone's got on it. I just have to come with us.
No way.
Dad?
Jonathan, stay where you are.
He's so embarrassing. Just leave him here.
Of course we can. He's not our responsibility.
He's a young bear, needs our help, Henry.
Then where's that?
It's just for one night. Until we can find the right people to look after him.
There you
And the BAFTA goes to The Theory of Everything. James Marsh, Tim Bevan, Eric Fellner, Lisa Bruce and Anthony McCarten.
Okay, so we've got to be quick. On behalf of all of us on the stage here, we want to thank the Academy for all the members of the Academy for voting for us. It's, I mean, in a year of amazing British films, this is a fantastic privilege, so thank you. We also want to thank everybody involved in every aspect of making this film, from the development, production, financing, marketing, distribution, everybody. It's been an incredible, incredible ride. But without a great story, there is no film. And our main thanks and heartfelt thanks goes out to Stephen, Jane, Lucy, Tim, Robert, Jonathan, and everybody whose lives are depicted in this story. And without their incredible life, there would be no movie. So thank you to all of them. We hope you feel we've done you proud. Thank you.
We now dock at the port of special visual effects, and to present the award, who else could we choose but the mind-blowing genius who is the subject of the film The Theory of Everything and one of its remarkable stars. Please give an astronomical welcome to Felicity Jones and Professor Stephen Hawking.
Goodness me. Good evening. It's wonderful to be here this evening, and I am particularly pleased to be presenting this award with the only person on the planet more intelligent than Stephen Fry.
Yes, and better looking. The nominations for special visual effects are
See what happens. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Interstellar. X-Men: Days of Future Past. The Hobbit: The Battle of the Five Armies. Guardians of the Galaxy.
The BAFTA is awarded to...
Here we go. Interstellar.
Well, thank you. This is quite amazing. It's fantastic to be here in this amazing celebration of filmmaking here at BAFTA tonight. I want to thank our fearless leaders, Christopher Nolan and Emma Thomas, for basically letting us go crazy on some of the most extraordinary imagery I've ever been involved with, to Professor Kip Thorne for telling us how to do it and blowing our minds at the same time, to Warner Brothers and Paramount, to my producers, Anne Podlosny and Kevin Elam, to all our teams at Double Negative, New Deal Studios, our special effects team in the United States, and, of course, to my amazing, beautiful wife for putting up with me disappearing into the fifth dimension for a year and a half, to our sons Ivo and Seth, and to my daughter Freya, the magic bracelet worked. Thank you.
That was really superb. And thank you. We now come to the award for supporting actor, and to present it, an exquisite artist who won a BAFTA for her performance in Walk the Line, is nominated for a BAFTA this evening for Walking in a Line, and will walk here after I've said this line. It's Reese Witherspoon.
That was very funny. When I look at the 5 incredibly talented men in this category, it brings home just how vital the role of supporting actor truly is. Their contribution really cannot be underestimated. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Steve Carell, Foxcatcher.
Do you have any idea why I asked you to come here today?
No.
No. Well, Mark, do you have any idea who I am?
Edward Norton, Birdman.
You know, the douchebag coordinator knew that was Keith Barnum and Brennan when he invented the circus, and nothing much has changed. And you guys know that if you crank out any toxic piece of crap, people will line up and pay to see it. But long after you're gone, I'm going to be on that stage, earning my living, bearing my soul, wrestling with complex human emotions. That's what we do. Here for the father!
Ethan Hawke, Boyhood.
It was a unicorn, and the horn broke off, so now it's a zebra, okay? But I still think I'm going to get an A. Right? Mason, how was your week? Well, Dad, you know, it's kind of tough. Joe, he's kind of a jerk. Actually, he stole some cigarettes from his mom. He wanted me to smoke them, but I said no, because I knew what a hard time you had quitting smoking, Dad.
Mark Ruffalo, Foxcatcher.
I'm going to hold it for a minute. Sing it again.
John DuPont was a mentor to me.
J.K. Simmons, Whiplash.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, was I rushing or was I dragging? Count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Rushing or dragging?
Rushing.
So you do know the difference!
And the BAFTA is awarded to J.K. Simmons for Whiplash.
Thank you to the British Academy. And at the risk of being repetitious, thank you to Damien Chazelle for the gift of this character to me and for the gift of this movie to the world. Thank you to Miles Teller for always being present in the moment. Well, except he's not present tonight, I guess, but up until now. Thank you to Helen Estabrook and Cooper Samuelson for getting us through the days. Thank you to Jason Reitman for everything, always. Thank you to Jason Blum, everybody at Blumhouse, and to Gary Walters and everybody at Bold. This whole experience has been a gift to me. Thank you, most importantly, to the center of my life, my brilliant wife, Michelle. Thank you for so many gifts, not the least of which, of course, would be our 2 above-average children. I love you guys infinity. And thank you, Mom and Dad. Can I give you that? Congratulations, J.K. Simmons. We now nail our colours firmly to the mast of Outstanding British Contribution to Cinema, given in honour of Michael Balkan. To present the award, 2 truly great multi-BAFTA award-winning Britons. He was sublime in the Grand Budapest Hotel, which was a huge success, critically and at the box office, although it did receive rather mixed reviews on TripAdvisor. While she has grown so accustomed to winning BAFTAs that during rehearsals this week she absent-mindedly took one home, though we did get it back, thank goodness for eBay and the police. I give you the just perfect Julie Walters and the very fine Ralph Fiennes.
Thank you, Stephen. You're doing a magnificent job. I wish I could have had you as my lobby boy.
Yes. Now, this year's BAFTA for Outstanding Contribution to British Cinema goes to an organisation that is truly passionate about film.
They champion projects not because they think they're going to be huge, box office smashes, though many of them are, but because they are original, exciting, unique and just damn bloody good.
It's an organisation that nurtures British talent, good homegrown stock, supported and funded by a British organisation which in 25 years has produced world-beating films.
Let's remind ourselves of some of the wonderful work brought to fruition by BBC Films.
I did it. Boy! What a wanker.
They all have to do it, don't they?
Boy out of Essex. You can't take Essex out of the boy. Don't make me pump Jack.
No, come on, I'm making you pump Jack.
Oh. That's how we deal with you.
I'm going to lay down a rhythm track. Please don't die. Wow. I enjoyed that.
Delighted to tell you that the Bafta for Outstanding British Contribution to Cinema goes to BBC Films, and collecting it on their behalf, the great, wonderful, glorious Christine Langham.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you, Bafta. I'm so incredibly thrilled to accept this prestigious Michael Balkan Award on behalf of the BBC Films team, past and present. It's a great honour for us to join the illustrious recipients such as Peter Greenaway, Tessa Ross, Working Title and the Harry Potter team. I know I speak for everyone in my department and those who've gone before when I say it's been a huge privilege for the BBC to be involved in all these amazing films you've just witnessed and many more besides. Much gratitude is owed to the late, great Mark Shivers, who did so much to establish BBC Films. To David Thompson, who's defined it for so many years. Alan Yentob, who's been a constant support. And Jane Wright, Isabel Begg and Tracy Scofield, who all played a vital role. I especially want to thank Joe Oppenheimer and Zoe Brown and Michael Wood, who are at the heart of a very fantastic team today. And thanks to Danny Cohen and Tony Hall for their wise leadership. But the most important thank you of all goes to every one of the writers, directors and producers that we've worked with. Your passions and your ideas are the very origin of everything we do. We love bringing your babies to the screen, so long may it last. Thank you very much indeed, Bafta.
Now, fabulous news for all you supporting actress fans, because that's the very award we're about to present. And to do so, an actor recently seen in the entirely superb Selma, which was, of course, about Martin Luther King. Now, like the great Dr. King, I too had a dream. Last night, in fact. The nub of it was that I was here and you were there, and we had a really top-notch actor to make this presentation alongside a giant talking orange flamingo. As you can probably guess, only part of this dream has come true. So please welcome a giant talking orange... No, I'm joking. Just being silly. It is, of course, the one and only Cuba Gooding Jr.
Thank you, everyone. It's an honor to be here to present this award. However, before I do, can I say how deeply hurt I was that you didn't choose to kiss me earlier, Stephen? What, a black man? Hey! No! Just getting at the little chocolate love soul in here tonight. That's the first time I've ever kissed a member of the royal family. You are a member, right?
Oh, yes.
All right. Anyway. Your lips are so soft. Oh. It has been an exceptional year for supporting actress. And the 5 nominees have all given us career-defining performances in challenging roles. Let's take a look.
Rene Russo, Nightcrawler.
The best and clearest way that I can phrase it to you, Lou, to capture the spirit of what we are, is think of our newscast as a screaming woman running down the street with her throat cut.
I understand.
Emma Stone, Birdman.
You had a career, Dad, before the 3rd comic book movie. Before people started to forget who was inside that bird costume. You were doing a play based on a book that was written 60 years ago for 1,000 rich old white people whose only real concern is going to be where they go to have their cake and coffee when it's over.
Keira Knightley, The Imitation Game.
use of your life.
And end up like you, no thanks. I'm sorry you're lonely. But Enigma will not save you. Can you decipher that, you fragile narcissist?
Patricia Arquette, Boyhood.
Samantha! I'm doing the best I can. And you're right, it sucks. But it doesn't suck half as much as having a drunk fool slam your head against a wall. So cut your horse shit attitude. Put your seatbelt on.
Imelda Staunton, Pride.
Where are you from, love?
Really? Seriously? No. No way.
Listen, Jesse, we don't mind the gays and the lesbians, that's fine. But don't you dare be bringing people from North Wales down here.
All truly amazing performances, and the BAFTA goes to... She will only understand when I say this. I'm serious about this. It's you, Patricia Arquette.
Unbelievable. I have to say, John Borman's movie, Excalibur, I think he made Mordred's mask modeled after this. Thank you so much, my incredible fellow nominees. I love your work so much. It's such an honor to be acknowledged with you. I want to thank IFC, Universal International, John Sloss, Jonathan Sering, Kathleen Sutherland, Ethan Hawke. You are an actor's actor. Thank you so much for being my fictitious ex-husband and making me a better actor. Eller Coltrane, thank you for being one of the wisest, deepest, most rooted people I know, and I know that has a lot to do with your real mom and dad. Thank you for being you. Lorelei Linklater, thank you for your vulnerability and your bravery, but most of all, and Eric White, I love you. My kids, Enzo and Harlow, I love you. My sister, my family, my brothers, and my other sister, Alexis, I love you. And I just really want to thank Richard Linklater. I've been in many films, and many of them were not acknowledged till much later. True Romance was a bomb. It found its audience later. I have been in a work of art here because of you, Richard Linklater. This movie has done something no film has ever done before, no written film. You broke the rules of cinema, you broke history, you trusted all of us, and you made an ordinary story extraordinary. You made a story about love, and I love you, and I thank you.
Wonderful. Many congratulations, and thank you, Cuba, for everything. Probably the last chance to see before the franchise coffee shops and hotels ruin Cuba's character. Fade and charm, all those Cadillacs. Anyway, the next award involves great skill, incredible concentration, and minute attention to detail because it contains 6 syllables. It is cinematography. Oh. To present it, 2 real talents whom you'll have seen at their cinematographic best in such as Bell, Nativity, The Hobbit and Jupiter Ascending. Please shake, rattle, roll and applaud wildly for Gugu Mbata Raw and, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Martin Freeman. Yeah, that'll do it.
Film is a visual medium, so it stands to reason then that getting it to look the way you want it to is of the utmost importance.
That's the task the 5 cinematographers nominated tonight took on with quite spectacular results. Let's take a look at their work.
Mr. Turner, Dick Pope. The Grand Budapest Hotel, Robert Yeoman. Interstellar, Hoyte von Hoytema.
Here we go.
Ida, Lukasz Zau, Ryszard Lenczowski. Birdman, Emanuel Lubetsky.
And the Bafta is awarded to Birdman, Emanuel Lubetsky. To pick up the award on Emmanuel's behalf, please welcome the Birdman himself, Michael Keaton.
This is terrific. He sent me, Emmanuel Chivo, sent me a little something he would like me to read. He's a true artist, this man. Emanuel Lubetsky's acceptance speech. I would like to thank the British Academy for this wonderful award. He would like to share it with the cast and the crew of Birdman, especially he says something very generous about me. We'll move right past that and go right to watching him perform. And to my friend, oh well, why not? And to my friend, our director, Alejandro, to his courage, his curiosity, and his genius that push us to make the limits to make this film so unique. He would also like to thank New Regency and Fox Searchlight. I would personally like to thank him for being an artist and a mensch, and a wonderful, wonderful human being, and just a genius. So this is for Chivo. Thank you very much.
Now we've arrived at the award for Outstanding Debut by a British writer, director or producer. This is given in honour of Carl Foreman, and presenting it are two of Britain's finest. One plays the evil brother of Thor, and was also in Warhorse, and we saw the other in the Imitation Game. Of that I'm absolutely sure. Oh, Lord. Please welcome Tom Hiddleston and Mark Strong.
This being the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, such a great champion of British talent, it seems only right and correct that there be a uniquely British award in recognition of an artist who's made a significant contribution to film this year.
And not just simply any contribution, but outstanding debut. My debut was as Dominic West's second in a Pistols at Dawn duel in a televised adaptation of Nicholas Nickleby. I had to count from 1 to 10 on screen. On a personal level, not particularly outstanding.
Yeah, well, we all have to start somewhere.
Thankful for that. These people have made an infinitely greater impression.
The nominations for Outstanding Debut by a British writer, director or producer are...
Soldier? A real soldier?
Gregory Burke, Jan Demange, 71. 71 tells the story of a young British soldier accidentally abandoned by his unit following a riot on the streets of Belfast in 1971. Unable to tell friend from foe, the recruit must survive the night alone and make his way back to safety through the disorientating and deadly landscape. Elaine Constantine, Northern Soul. Northern Soul follows the sweeping of American soul music through the clubs of Northern England in the 60s and 70s and the profound effect it had on two young men whose lives were changed forever.
I don't know who you are, but do yourself a favour. Put that away. It's embarrassing.
Yes. Why have you come here?
Hong Kao, Lilting. Lilting focuses on a Cambodian Chinese mother mourning the death of her son. Her world is suddenly disrupted by the presence of a stranger who tries to connect with her without a common language, but through the memories of a man they both loved. Paul Catis, Andrew de Lotbiniere, Kajaki, The True Story. Kajaki tells the true story of a group of British soldiers who were trapped in a minefield while stationed in Afghanistan. Out of this harrowing day came tales of bravery, selflessness and tragic consequences for those who risked their lives to help each other. Stephen Beresford, David Livingstone, Pride. Set in the summer of 1984 and based on a true story, Pride depicts a group of gay and lesbian activists who raised money to help families affected by the British miners' strike. It's the extraordinary story of two seemingly alien communities who form a surprising partnership.
To find out you had a friend you never knew existed, well, that's the best feeling in the world.
And the BAFTA goes to Stephen Beresford and David Livingstone for Pride.
Oh, my God. First of all, it's very odd to be here without Matthew Warchus, who directed this, but I feel rashly 16 years ago he made another film, and he's missed the moment. He's got a Tony Award, so he's fine. He has no room to put a BAFTA. But Matthew helmed this and was our leader the whole way down the line. The outstanding element of it goes to all of our cast and all of our crew, who were sensational from start to finish. Lastly, before Stephen comes on, I just have to say to my lovely wife, thank you.
Thank you, BAFTA. It took me 20 years to find anyone to agree with me that gay and lesbian activists and a mining dispute which ended in defeat were the ingredients for a surefire commercial comedy smash. I'm very fortunate that the people I found were David Livingstone, Cameron McCracken at Pathé, and above all Matthew Warchus, who directed the film sublimely and beautifully. I'd like to thank our incredible cast and crew. I'd like to thank Simon Bowles, Nadia Stacey, Charlotte Walter and Tat Radcliffe. I'd like to thank on a personal note my agent Jessica Sykes and my family, Fred Jean, Joanna Tom and Andrew, always my first and best dramaturgs. LGSM, Lesbians and Gay Support the Miners, raised money for the Delight community in South Wales for no other reason than that they saw that all our struggles have common cause. We do incredible things when we all stand together. Unite. Thank you.
Terrific. It's time now to celebrate the life of one of the true greats, Lord Attenborough, Dickie. He was a long-standing supporter of BAFTA and our president from 2001 to 2010. His contribution to this industry and the world was incalculable. He glowed with a passion for life, for film, for everything he did, and his energy as a creator and a mentor remained undiminished to the end. Now, one of Dickie's greatest joys in life was nurturing young talent, and shortly we'll be hearing a tribute to him, accompanied by 2012 BBC Young Musician of the Year, Laura van der Heyden. But first, a few words from our Academy President, Prince William.
Lord Attenborough was a leader with a vision. He was a very inclusive person, a charming and warm man. He was loved by all. Lord Attenborough's legacy is his inspiration to young filmmakers. I hope that everyone who watches his films and learns about him as a person will be encouraged to follow his example. His passion for nurturing, supporting and developing talent has given BAFTA the foundation to do the same, and this remains at the very heart of Bafta's work today. We are all so indebted to him in many ways. As we celebrate excellence this evening, it is fitting that we pause to acknowledge a man whose lifelong pursuit of excellence made a lasting difference to our industry and indeed our world.
Thanks, Willikins. Now, with his tribute to Lord Attenborough, a truly wonderful actor who appeared in one of Dickens' most memorable films, Chaplin, as Charlie Chaplin. It is, of course, Robert Downey Jr.
Like many of you, Richard has been very much in my thoughts these last months. It's so difficult to distill someone you were deeply impacted by in a few words. I'd like to try. Passion, equality, wit, service, and family. That'll be a start. As a director and mentor for the 25 years I knew him, his passion was ceaseless. To be treated as an equal, engaging in the topics of character, truth, justice, ambition, and most often humility, led me by example to an understanding that life at its core is meant to occupy two basic spheres of activity: personal gratitude, of which he had tons, and public service, in our case, entertainment. But as a self-centered young American of some privilege, he instinctively knew the way to my heart was through tempering his occasionally grave warnings against a life run on self-will with his singular, extraordinary wit. I'd happily repeat certain anecdotes at this time, yet the graphic, tawdry, and shocking nature of what his titled mouth was capable of producing would by necessity be censored beyond any recognition. Now, to family. For a man with few regrets, I'll always remember the urgency with which he confessed that he wished he'd made a few less movies and been home for a few more birthdays and Christmases. Another lesson I'll take to heart. But I'm sad. I miss you, Dickie. In Chaplin's Limelight theme song, the lyrics speak to an entertainer no longer in his prime who wouldn't dream of anyone shedding a tear on his behalf, quite the reverse. I'm certain, for the lot of us, his wildly beloved family most of all, that were he here tonight, he'd clear his throat, a huge, mischievous grin on his face, deep, humble love in his eyes, and he'd begin, spoken softly at first, singing, "Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there aren't clouds in the sky, you'll get by."
You don't want to see me hang, do you?
No!
You don't have to worry about not talking to me. I don't want you to talk to me, do you hear? So in that case, you know, they're getting away from it. You'll end up with a knighthood.
That isn't Jesus. Well, it is then, Mr. Cleverdick. Jesus wore a long dress.
We're not blitzing out 2 or 3 or a dozen, but 200, 300. Scatter them all over Germany. Your arms. Up.
A lot every day except Sunday.
This is not war, sir. It is slaughter.
Breathe, Baron. Who the devil are you?
My name is Gandhi, Mohandas K. Gandhi.
You don't think we're just going to walk out of India? Yes.
Have you heard the news? Well, we won 8.
Bleed in hell, 8!
I'm going to be me as I am, and you can beat me or jail me or even kill me. But I'm not going to be what you want me to be.
You have to let me.
I'm not sure that I can.
Look at Grandpa Ascom.
I'm sorry. He thinks you're Santa Claus.
Yeah. Thank you to Laura van der Heyden for her wonderful musical accompaniment, Smile, which was written, of course, words and music by Charlie Chaplin. Now, the next award is for original screenplay, and to present it, an actor who is so darn good that if I were to start talking about her talents, I fear I would end up gushing about just how spellbinding, gifted, wondrous, compelling, versatile, beautiful, gorgeous, enchanting. See, I'm doing it. I can't help it. Well, so would you if you had to introduce the bloody wonderful Julianne Moore.
I'm hungry. Without words, there is nothing. Without someone putting pen to paper or finger to keyboard, none of us would be here this evening. It's truly daunting being faced with a blank page, but thankfully there are some incredibly talented people out there who can overcome that fear and create something wonderful. 5 such people have been nominated this evening. Let's take a look at their amazing work.
Boyhood, Richard Linklater.
Wow. Have you heard of Sarah Palin?
Yes.
What's the one thing you know about Sarah Palin's 17-year-old daughter?
She's pregnant?
That's right. And what is the one thing that you are not going to be in a couple of years when you turn 17?
The Grand Budapest Hotel, Wes Anderson.
You see, there are still faint glimmers of civilization left in this barbaric slaughterhouse that was once known as humanity. Indeed, that's what we provide in our own modest, humble, insignificant... No, fuck it.
Birdman, Alejandro G. Iñárritu, Nicholas Giacobone, Alexander Dinelaris Jr., Armando Bo.
Is it true you've been injecting yourself with semen from baby pigs?
I'm sorry.
As a method of facial rejuvenation?
Where did you read that?
It was tweeted by @Prostate Whispers.
Whiplash, Damien Chazelle.
You think about jazz, look at my charts and all that, and because of that, you're going to start to resent me. And you're going to tell me to ease up on the drumming, spend more time with you because you're not feeling important. And I'm not going to be able to do that. And really, I'm just going to start to resent you for even asking me to stop drumming.
Nightcrawler, Dan Gilroy.
Wait, what about more? You know?
Not now. We close the deal.
I could have gotten more, couldn't I?
Absolutely.
And the BAFTA goes to Wes Anderson, the Grand Budapest Hotel. To collect the award on Wes's behalf, my old buddy Ray Fiennes.
I have a letter from Wes. It goes like this. If Rafe Fiennes is reading this speech, it must mean I have won a BAFTA for our screenplay. In absentia. I was already most unhappy to miss this event, but now I'm actually really angry and resentful that I'm not there. And I'm furious. I blame the Directors Guild of America for requiring my presence in Los Angeles, where, most likely, I have already failed to win a different prize. I extend my very deepest thanks to the British Academy, of which I am a member in good standing, and I look forward very, very eagerly to getting a hold of this award physically, in my own hands, as quickly as FedEx can possibly deliver it to me. Thank you very, very much.
Congratulations to Wes Anderson. And to present the award for film not in the English language, two actors who are out of this world. He's soon to be seen in the new Star Wars film. Did you know there was one? They've been very quiet about that on cyberspace. And she recently appeared in Star Trek Into Darkness. So in honour of this not in English award, I expect them to present it in perfect Wookiee speak and Klingon, which I can't do. Please welcome John Boyega and Alice Eve.
This is not the droid you're joking. As a British actor, it's so nice to be able to play a part in an evening that celebrates everything that's so great about our film industry.
Indeed. I, for one, am honoured to be here to present the award for film not in the English language. These films are important. They remind us of the universal human experience in which we all encounter both pain and joy.
Let's take a look at the nominations.
Leviathan.
Во всем никто не виноват. Каждый виноват в чем-то своем. Во всем виноваты все. Даже если мы признаемся по закону, признание не является доказательством вины.
The lunchbox.
कल खाली डब्बा भेजने के लिए आपका शुक्रिया. वैसे वो खाना मैंने अपने हस्बैंड के लिए बनाकर भेजा था. और जब डब्बा वापस आया तो ऐसा लगा कि घर आकर आज वो मुझसे कुछ कहेंगे. कुछ घंटों के लिए सोचने लगी कि दिल का रास्ता वाकई पेट से होकर जाता है. उन घंटों के बदले आज भेज रही हूँ पनीर, मेरे हस्बैंड का फेवरेट.
2 days, 1 night.
C'est Sandra. Je voudrais parler à Nadine. T'es la fille de Nadine?
Non, mais elle n'est pas là.
Je travaille avec ta maman à Solwall. Est-ce que tu sais quand est-ce qu'elle va rentrer?
Ida.
Też pewnie jesteś ruda, co? Mam brata? Nie, byłaś jedyneczką.
Trash.
And the Bafta goes to Ida.
Slowest bunch, I can tell. So this is fantastic. This award, it's I once won a BAFTA for the best newcomer, then one for the best British film, and now for the best foreigner. So I think we should just skip the formalities and give me a Lifetime Global Achievement Award. So I'd like to thank all these people, the three producers, well, sorry, 3.5, and my co-writer Rebecca Linkiewicz. This is Piotr Dzięcioł, Eric Abraham, Ewa Puszczyńska, and Christian Huzum, and all the collaborators in Poland whose surnames are so long that I probably will run out of time. But there was a fantastic crew. I would especially like to thank the guy who was nominated for the best photography, Łukasz Żal. It was his first film, and he did a fantastic job. So thank you very much. And I'd like to also dedicate it quickly to Chris Collins, who was a wonderful British producer who died recently. He gave me and a lot of filmmakers who were a bit eccentric and difficult to finance and to handle. He gave us a lot of encouragement, and he was the noblest, the greatest, most decent guy I've met in the film industry. So, Chris, I'm missing you here. Thank you. Thank you.
Well done to everyone from EDA. Now, to make the presentation for adapted screenplay, we have a couple of real crackers. She's the Scandinavian star of Prometheus. I had the honour of appearing with her in Sherlock Holmes' Game of Shadows. And I can tell you that she's so quintessentially Swedish that she arrived on set every day flat-packed. And he played Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network, but his Facebook status has recently been updated to say that he's been cast as Lex Luthor in the next Superman film. So please welcome Noomi Rapace and Jesse Eisenberg.
Taking something that has already existed in another form and adapting it into a screenplay is a daunting task.
Right, but thankfully some people are brave and talented enough to take it on and produce outstanding results, as our 5 nominees tonight prove. Let's take a look at them.
Gone Girl, Gillian Flynn.
She dumped you. You completely unraveled. You stalked her, you threatened her, and you attempted suicide in her bed and were institutionalized.
Your wife is missing, and you came all this way to tell me this?
Well, I thought there might be another side to this story.
The Theory of Everything, Anthony McCarten.
Welcome to the future.
My name is Stephen Hawking.
It's American.
Is that a problem?
The Imitation Game, Graham Moore.
Is anything possible? No. Keeps me awake. This isn't about crossword puzzles, it's about how one approaches solving an impossible problem. Do you tackle the whole thing at once or divide it into small? You finished?
Yes. American Sniper, Jason Hall.
Tell me why you do it. I want to understand.
Babe, I do it for you. You know that. I do it to protect you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I'm here. Your family is here. Your children have no father.
You'll have to serve my country.
You don't know when to quit.
Paddington, Paul King.
What are you going to do now?
Well, I thought I would probably just sleep over there in that bin.
That's the spirit. Anyway.
Dad, why don't we find you some help?
Oh, yes, please. If you're sure it's no trouble.
Of course it isn't. Is it, darling?
Not at all.
Okay, and the Bafta goes to The Theory of Everything, Anthony McCarten.
Wow, best adapted screenplay, or as we call it, best unoriginal screenplay. Thank you, Eric, for that joke. Who are we? Why are we here? When we know this, it will be the ultimate triumph of human reason, for then we will know the mind of God. These were the immortal words of Professor Hawking. I read this in 1989 along with 10 million others. I was so inspired by him. I thought someone will make a movie about him one day, never thinking I would have any function in there. And then I read Jane Hawking's extraordinarily unflinching, honest, heartbreaking book, and I thought we must make a movie about this. I want to thank the entire cast and crew. I'll thank you collectively. I want to especially mention the alchemist-in-chief, James Marsh. I want to thank Working Title, Universal, Focus Features, especially Eric for saying that unsayable word, yes. Lisa Bruce, my stalwart ally in the trenches. I want to thank, who else? My agents, ICM, especially Craig Bernstein. And I want to thank my family, my dear family who have allowed me to go off and run into the wild blue and don't complain. And I want to thank Eva, who doesn't think I'll say this, so I'm going to do it. I love you. Thank you very much.
So, it's time now to take a few moments, as we always do at this point, to remember those friends and colleagues who've sadly been taken from us over the past 12 months. As with great films, these great people will always be a part of us. Their work and the memory of what they have created to make us think, make us cheer, make us cry, and make us laugh can never die.
Good morning. It's a lovely morning. Good morning. What a wonderful day. We dance the whole night through. Good morning. Good morning. Do you? How do you?
Look, sweetheart, I can drink you onto any goddamn table you want, so don't worry about me.
I gave you the prize years ago. I've heard there isn't an abomination award going that you haven't won.
This is Big Peter. This is very big. There's definitely something here.
Egon, this reminded me of the time you tried to drill a hole through your head. Remember that?
That would have worked if you hadn't stopped me.
I don't think it's possible to love someone too much. But I think you can love them in the wrong way.
Liberates something in me, and it's not maternal instincts either.
Carpe diem. Seize the day. But while ye may.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Lisa,
is it worth the waiting for? If we live to 84,
more?
all we ever get is through.
The only trouble is we could have had a lot of fun if you weren't a detective.
We still can.
So long. You know how to whistle, don't you, Steve? You just put your lips together and blow.
And now we come to the EE Rising Star Award, which is given in honour of legendary casting director Mary Selway and is celebrating its 10th year. To present it, its first ever recipient, an actor who has gone on fully to justify the early faith shown in him, turning his fledgling promise into a glittering career. Ladies and gentlemen, currently starring on stage in the ruling class, please welcome the majestic James McAvoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for that. What an honour to stand out here after applauding away those comrades and to stand here and welcome a new fearless bunch of storytellers. These 5 that are nominated tonight are quite disconcerting to me, partly because they are incredibly beautiful, they are terrifically talented, and mainly because they're all a lot younger than me. I was lucky enough to win this award 10 years ago, and I can tell you firsthand what a beautiful thing it is to have happen to you. And I can speak for all your peers when I say that we cannot wait to see what you do with the next 10 years of your career. Let's have a look at their current work.
Gugu Mbata Raw.
I am not Lady Mary. I am not an unwanted maid.
Lady Mary is too old to continue in charge of the house.
Take off your pants.
Really?
Get behind that rack and take off your pants.
I want to be one of the greats.
Miles Teller.
Not exactly my idea of success. I'd rather die drunk, broke at 34 and have people at a dinner table talk about me than live to be rich and sober at 90 and nobody remember who I was.
Shailene Woodley.
You gave me it forever. Within the numbered days. And for that I am eternally grateful.
Jack O'Connell.
Tell you what I do, Gav. You listening? A helicopter, 2 packs of burn, and some chocolate digestives, please.
Margot Robbie.
Don't you Duchess me. Do you really think that I don't know what you're up to? You're a father now, Jordan? Yeah. You're a father now. I know. And you're still acting like an infant!
And the Rising Star Bafta goes to Jack O'Connell.
Thank you very much. Public vote, so I guess the people have spoken in that sense. Now it's my turn. Good luck. Look, listen, I remember I was part of a TV workshop in Nottingham. That's where I cut my teeth, as it were. Taught by a wonderful man, very committed man, Ian Smith. And, yeah, please. And we won a Bafta at some stage. I'm not sure what the category was, but we had our own Bafta. The one we had there was a bit heavier, but that's all right. I remember being that age, looking at this thing, feeling very inspired by it, and now all of a sudden I find myself with my very own version. Speaking of which, are all these spare Baftas? Do you know? Has anybody cleaned them? I should have bought a bag, Mickey. Anyway, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a pleasant evening. We'll see you again, we hope.
Oh, so lacking in confidence. Now, still to come, the Academy's Fellowship and the awards for film, leading actress, leading actor and director, which by pure fluke is our next presentation. This is given in honour of David Lean, and to present it, the Mahusive star of Foxcatcher, a film that featured all in wrestling, though, as Mae West said, if it's all in, why wrestle? Our presenter is, thank you, one of the very few Hollywood actors who's furthered his career by having work done to make his nose bigger. And what an incredible performance it was. So good, in fact, that it's the first nose ever to be nominated as Best Newcomer. So please welcome the non-prosthetic, non-enhanced, 100% genuinely brilliant Mr. Steve Carell.
Thank you. I am here to suck up to the 5 nominees for Best Director. Honor. I am here to honor them. Who wouldn't want to work with these fantastic human beings? Preferably in the fall, because I like to have my summers free. And the nominees are
Alejandro G. Iñárritu, Birdman.
I don't even know the guy, okay? What's your point? What's my point? Yeah, what's your point? What are you saying? Spit it out. Oh. You're saying what? Oh. What are you saying? You're saying love is absolute.
Yes! Yes! The kind of love that I'm talking about, it is absolute. The kind of love that I'm talking about, you don't try to kill people.
Richard Linklater, Boyhood.
Where the hell are you going? Get your ass upstairs. You're not going anywhere.
Come on.
Where the hell do you think you're going? Get upstairs. What the hell? Nobody's going anywhere, God damn it. No, God damn it.
Don't touch my kids.
All right, take them. Go on. Go on.
Don't touch them.
Take them. Well, take them then. Just take them.
Damien Chazelle, Whiplash.
One more thing, you can do it. If I ever find one of these lying around again, I swear to fucking God, I will stop being so polite. Get the fuck out of my sight before I demolish you. Stage right, in order, now. I can still fucking see you, mini-me!
James Marsh, The Theory of Everything. Wes Anderson, The Grand Budapest Hotel.
I'm terribly sorry, sir.
We must go.
We must?
Too sweet. She needs me, and I need you to help me with my bags and so on. Attendez-moi, darling. How fast can you pack?
5 minutes.
Do it, and bring a bottle of the Pouilly Jouvet 26 in an ice bucket with 2 glasses so we don't have to drink the cat piss they serve in the dining car. Yeah.
And the Bafta is awarded to Richard Linklater. Please welcome Ethan Hawke to collect on behalf of Richard.
So I'm not Richard Linklater, but I've made 8 films with him, and even better than that, he's my great friend. And I know that there may be many people who are equal, but there's no one who in this room here who loves cinema more than Richard Linklater, and who loves the legacy, past and present, of British cinema than Richard. But like Wes Anderson, he was hijacked at the DGAs and sat there losing, and is going to be really, frankly, pissed off that he's not here tonight. But when I talked to him about if such an event should happen, he said that there was only one thing to do, and that is to say thank you to Eller Coltrane and Lorelei Linklater. This film is built on the backs of these 2 young people in the unbelievable light that comes from them, and their generosity, and their creativity, and their playfulness. They went for this. And there was nothing more fun in the world than over 12 years to watch these kids grow up, watch them pass through adolescence, watch their creativity explode. And we know it hasn't been easy. The easy part was making the movie. The hard part was giving it to the world. And we're so proud. Patricia is, I am, and Richard is. We're so proud, Eller and Lorelei, to walk through this with you. You guys are artists of the first order. And thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Ethan. Now we enter the territory of leading actor. And to enlighten us as to the final destination of the mask, a newly named dame and superlative BAFTA-winning actress who, if there was an award for the very best possible person to present this award, would surely walk away with it. Please welcome the 4 best actresses in Britain. Dame Kristin Scott Thomas.
Thank you, Stephen. That was slightly over the top, but forgive you. This category honours 5 of the best actors in the whole world. I know that any leading actress would walk barefoot over broken glass to work with them. Why they would make such a demand is beyond me, but I suppose when you're that good, you lay down the rules. So let's have a look at them.
Eddie Redmayne, The Theory of Everything.
So what next?
Prove it. Prove with a single equation that time had a beginning. Wouldn't that be nice, Professor?
Michael Keaton, Birdman.
Just I'm starting to feel like a miniature, deformed version of myself that just keeps following me around and like hitting me in the balls with like a tiny little hammer.
Benedict Cumberbatch, The Imitation Game.
Clever. It's a game. A test of sorts. For determining whether something is a machine or a human being.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Nightcrawler.
I want to be the guy that owns the station that owns the camera. The business is going well, but in order to go to the next level, I need to stay one step ahead of my competition and take risks. I also need financial support to implement expansion. Would you like another margarita?
Ray Fiennes, The Grand Budapest Hotel.
My dear Zero, is I beat the living shit out of a snivelling little runt called Pinky Bandinsky, who had the gall to question my virility. Because if there's one thing we've learned from Penny Dreadfuls, it's that when you find yourself in a place like this, you must never be a candy ass. You've got to prove yourself from day one. You've got to win their respect. You should take a long look at his ugly mug this morning.
And the BAFTA is awarded to Eddie Redmayne.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I was lucky enough to come to the BAFTAs a year or 3 ago, and I was suffering from a severe bout of food poisoning. And just as Stephen came on to start announcing the awards, I had to bolt through that door there, and I proceeded to redecorate the corridor of the Royal Opera House in an incredibly unfortunate fashion. It was one of the worst nights of my life. This is one of the best nights of my life, so thank you so much. I would like to dedicate this wonderful honour to 3 families. To my own family. They don't work in this wonderful, magical, bizarre trade that we inhabit, but they have been my bedrock.
and they have galvanized me and had amazing faith in me, even when I lost a wee bit myself. To my professional family, Felicity Jones, you are a wonder. James Marsh, our director, you took such a gargantuan punt on me. Thank you so much for that. Alexandra Reynolds, working title, Focus, Universal, Lisa, Anthony, and my extraordinary team of agents who've been whipping me into shape for the past 13 years. But really, this award belongs to one incredible family, and they're here this evening, and I would like to thank them. I would like to thank them for their trust in us, for their generosity and their kindness, and for reminding me of the great strength that comes from the will to live a full and a passionate life. So to the Hawkings and the Hellier Joneses, thank you.
The wonderful Ready Edmayne. We now find ourselves within touching distance of leading actress, and to present it, two superheroes whose secret identities I'm about to reveal. So any supervillains who are watching, could you look away, please, now? Welcome Captain America and Superman. It's Chris Evans and Henry Cavill.
The 5 actresses in this category have showcased their range with incredibly brave, nuanced, and compelling performances that are nothing if not honest. Strong, intelligent, flawed, determined, admirable, compassionate, and sometimes a little scary, Rosamund, these women showed us the many facets of the human spirit through their portrayals of these distinctive characters. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Felicity Jones, The Theory of Everything.
Stephen must live. I will see he gets everything he needs. I will have him transferred back to Cambridge.
He may not select the journey.
Yes, he will.
Amy Adams, Big Eyes.
I have kept our secret for years. I never want to. You know how hard this has been for me? I don't have any friends. I lied to my own child.
Julianne Moore, Still Alice.
I'm always the same. I have good days, bad days, and on my good days, I can, almost pass for a normal person. But on my bad days, I feel like I can't find myself.
Reese Witherspoon, Wild.
I was good, I ruined my marriage, and now I'm ruining the rest of my life. I gotta go back to that store. I'm gonna walk myself back to the woman my mother thought I was.
Rosamund Pike, Gone Girl.
I've killed for you. Who else can say that? You think you'd be happy with a nice Midwestern girl? No way, baby. I'm it.
You're delusional. I mean, you're insane. Why would you even want this? Yes, I loved you, and then all we did was resent each other and try to control each other and cause each other pain.
That's marriage.
And the Bafta goes to Julianne Moore.
Thank you so much for this. Thank you for including me among these beautiful performances, both British, Felicity, and Rosamund, and American, Reese and Amy. I'm honored to be honored with you tonight. Film is a collaborative medium. There's no way to give a performance by yourself, and the thing that I value most about my job is my creative partnership with others. So I want to thank our beautiful cast, Hunter Parrish and Kate Bosworth, my friend Alec Baldwin and the adorable Kristen Stewart, our wonderful cinematographer, Denis Lenoir, James Brown, Lex Lutkes, Sony Classics, Killer Films, Lionsgate for giving me the month off, everybody in the Alzheimer's community who was so incredibly generous with their time and their information and their experience, particularly Gillian, Wendy, and Christopher, who spoke to me so eloquently about their experience at the Curzon just the other night. And mostly our filmmakers, Wash Westmoreland and Richard Glatzer, who made such a beautiful movie about our essential self. And Wash, I know that Leeds is very proud of you. And finally, to the 5 Scottish women who poured love into me, my great aunts May, Mary, and Sissy, my grandmother Flora, and my mother Anne. This is for you.
Oh, well done all. We have climbed without rope or oxygen almost to the very summit. Let us plant a flag for Best Film. To present this award, I have not been told who is going to present this award. It's going to come in my ear now. No, that can't be right. No, you're not serious. Really? OMFG, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God, really? It's Tom fucking Cruise!
Thank you all very much. Thank you, Stephen. It's an honor for me to be here with you all tonight in London to celebrate an incredible year in cinema. And this year's nominees are for Best Film represent a remarkable variety of artists, I think each with a very bold and unique vision. So the nominees are
The Imitation Game.
Love will make a man do strange things, I suppose. In this case, love just lost Germany the whole bloody war.
The Theory of Everything.
Exactly. Wind back the clock.
Wind back the clock.
Is that what you're doing? You're winding back the clock.
That is what I'm doing.
Boyhood.
I wish I were a better parent to you guys, all right? And I hope that you can learn from my mistakes, okay? So wear a condom, okay?
Birdman.
Mike who? Which is it, quit or fire?
Oh, with the mic, it's usually both.
Mike fucking who?
Shiner.
Yes! Jake. Oh my gosh, how do you know Mike Shiner?
We share a vagina.
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Methinks me breathes me lost, me fears, said he. Holy shit, you got him! Well done, Zero!
Okay. And the BAFTA goes to Boyhood. Richard Linklater, Kathleen Sutherland.
Rick is really going to be mad about this. No. Thank you to BAFTA. This award is such an honor, and it really goes to our entire Boyhood family. I think that the heart of this film beats with the heart of everybody who worked on it, from our amazing cast to our fantastic crew. And of course, none more so than Richard Linklater, who poured himself into this film. Eller wanted to say something.
Yeah, it's definitely a shame that Rick couldn't be here. But hopefully he would agree with what I have typed into this ridiculous device here. We get asked a lot if we expected the way Boyhood has been received, and the answer is, of course not. The truth is, it didn't really feel like a movie for most of the time that we were making it. It felt more like an exercise of collaboration and vulnerability. And so it was really scary to release something so close to all of us, to audiences that aren't always as understanding as they have been most of this year. But the beautiful thing that I've learned is that when you make yourself vulnerable in a way, you make everyone around you vulnerable as well. And the fact that a movie like this that is most interested in just the simplicity of human interaction is being recognized alongside such grand pieces of art, to me means that life itself, without anything explosive or tragic, must be more exciting than we let on. And I think that that's something we could all be reminded of. So thank you to the Baftas and everyone.
Oh, my goodness. Despite the passage of those years, he still looks so young, doesn't he? But that's Tom Cruise for you. And I'm sure later this evening we'll all drink a glass to toast the dissolution of the Directors Guild of America. Damn them. We now come to the Academy's highest honour, the Fellowship, to make the announcement two of this country and the world's finest actresses who have both worked with the recipient and who are both recently in Paddington. Though fortunately they were able to jump from the train into a taxi and get here on time. Please clap your feet and stamp your hands for Imelda Staunton and Sally Hawkins.
Well, that's the closest I'm going to get to working with Tom Cruise. Sally and I are delighted to be presenting this award because the person receiving it is someone to whom we both owe a great deal. He is a unique, inspirational and fiercely independent filmmaker who for over 40 years has devised and directed a tremendous range of iconic films and performances. As I said, he is unique, and this is mainly because he never works from a script. He and his actors prepare, research, create and develop characters which he then shapes into his stories. His method is organic, forensic, uncompromising, bold. And speaking from personal experience, it is utterly thrilling. He deals with the very essence of who we are and what we feel. He shows how extraordinary, ordinary lives can be.
And like many of his characters who often struggle to express inexpressible feelings, to quote, "Words are important, but rarely enough," I feel very much the same here, for I don't know where I'd be without him. He's a true visionary. He has carved his own path. He pushes people beyond themselves and their perceived limitations. And what he asks of his actors, crew, producers, all, he only demands the same of himself, if not more so. And finally, to quote the great man, "I'm old enough to have friends and contemporaries who have long since retired, and that's their prerogative. Enough is enough, but it doesn't mean a thing to me. So, you know, I just have to keep on working." And I think I speak for many when I say, well, thank goodness for that.
So, let's take a look at some of that work.
I'm not just a wanker, you know. I could teach you things you never even dreamed of.
Oh, naughty. I'm a virgin.
I suppose on a clear day you can see the class struggle from here.
Hello, sweetheart.
All right. Do you want to fight?
the bastards. Oh, he's not violent. He's just a bit nasty.
You don't believe with the kid, you won't know what's in you. I'll make your life shit!
You already do! No, you don't do any more.
The more I see of men, the more I admire dogs.
We're all in pain. Why can't we share our pain?
This is very nice indeed, and I've never appeared on this stage before. How lucky we all are to happen to have been born in this magical age of cinema. And what a stimulating evening we've had celebrating this wonderful, diverse medium. To be able to capture life and to share it with audiences, not to mention the joy of the camera, of sound and the craft and technology. It is glorious, isn't it? Isn't it? I know some people expect me to be rude this evening. Well, I'm sorry, folks, but you're in for a disappointment. To speak plainly, we are delighted and grateful that our film had 4 nominations tonight. But personally, I don't mind a bit that there were none others. You, Bafta are a democratic... I said Bafta, which rhymes with dafter. You, Bafta, are a democratic gang, and your taste is your prerogative. What is important to me is that you have awarded me this fellowship, for which I am truly grateful. And for me, this is a sign of your respect for an offbeat, alternative, original, idiosyncratic, personal kind of popular cinema. An independent cinema. What is an independent film? It is a film that has been made free from all censorship or interference by governments, backers, producers, script editors, or committees of any kind. It is a film made with the same genuine freedom as enjoyed by novelists, dramatists, poets, painters, sculptors, composers, songwriters, and other artists. As chairman of a London film school, one of the great joys in my life is to savour regularly the unfettered independence, freshness and originality of our graduate films. Pure independent cinema by the filmmakers of the future. It's great to share this stage with a number of truly independent films, but especially tonight's winning film, Boyhood, a definitive independent film for which Dick Linklater and his team can be justly proud. I've been extraordinarily lucky over the years. I have made 20 full-length films, all starting without a script, and none of them has ever been interfered with by anybody at any time. Had that not been the case, I wouldn't be standing here now. So thank you. Thank you, Bafta, for this great honour. And thank you to everybody I have ever worked with, on both sides of the camera, in production and in post-production. Not least my producers, especially the late, great, much missed Simon Channing-Williams. Many times we've gone to potential backers and we've said, there's no script, no story, no casting, we can't tell you what it's about, just give us the money. And either they've said, great, here's the dosh, make the film, or they've told us to get lost. So, to those backers who said yes, including those administrating lottery money, a big, loving thank you. But to those boneheads, Philistines, and uninspired skinflints who said no, a big thank you to you too. For had you said yes, you'd have interfered with the movie, insisted on inappropriate casting, changed the story, you'd have screwed up the editing, and generally made a pig's ear of the whole thing. So, to you lot, thank you for keeping away, and may you all rot in hell.
The one and only Mike Leigh. Well, it's been, I think everyone must agree, a supreme year in film. A more than usually large number of young and even first-time filmmakers, actors, writers and producers. Well, that gives us terrific hope for the future. More production in this past year in Britain than ever before. Why does that matter? Aside from the huge contribution to the economy, film, like all art forms, holds up a mirror to us and shows us who we are. Sometimes the mirror is crazily and wittily distorted. Sometimes it is disturbingly, even frighteningly clear. No matter what the changes in technology or the means of distribution and exhibition, the moving image will never be anything without story. And for that, all you need is belief, persistence, and a story to tell. And no one, not even Kim Jong-bloody-un, can stop you. So good luck for next year from the EE British Academy Film Awards. It's good night and thank you. Good night.
Awards presented earlier. Original music.
And the Bafta is awarded to the Grand Budapest Hotel.
I'd like to share it with the best musician I've ever met. Sorry, this is for you.
Documentary.
Citizen 4.
I ask only that you ensure this information makes it home to the American public. Thank you, and be careful.
Unfortunately, the winners aren't here tonight to collect the award, so we will be taking this award and ensuring that it gets to them.
Makeup and hair.
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
First of all, I'd like to thank Wes, of course, and Bill Murray, because without Bill Murray, I'd never have met Wes before until Rushmore.
Production design.
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Wes, the worlds you create are so beautiful, so constantly inspiring, and to help bring about the Grand Budapest Hotel with you was a dream come true.
British short film.
Boogaloo and Graham.
Oh yeah, me and James are going to be vegetarians from now on. Except for sausages, though.
We're so proud to be from Northern Ireland. Thanks to everyone who voted for us.
British short animation.
The bigger picture.
I want you two to get on.
It's not coming from me.
Just a massive thank you to Bafta and for all your support that you've given me.
Editing.
Whiplash. Tom Cross.
Most of all, I need to thank the writer and director, Damien Chazelle, who is, Damien, you are God's gift to film editors.
Sound.
The winner is Whiplash. Thomas Conley, Ben Wilkins, Birdman.
To be nominated is a real honour, but to win is sublime. You should really try it sometime.
Animated film.
The Lego Movie.
Hey guys, I think we're about to crash into the sun.
Yeah, but it's gonna look really cool.
This is a beautiful award.
It's great. It's a good...
It's like a Halloween mask for a one-eyed child.
And costume design.
The Grand Budapest Hotel. Milena Canonero.
Milena, unfortunately, is not here tonight, but she thanks all of you